Market did come down as we anticipated. So the news have completed now. We're no longer in the session, I would say, because now I'm in the right position to close the trade because, like I mentioned, you can't close the trade within the first 5 minutes. Hi guys, thank you very much for coming back to the channel. To those who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Mamgele. I trade Forex and I work a 9 to 5. So on this channel today we are starting a weekly vlog. So this week we are looking into phase 1 and starting phase 2 of our 25k challenge with Equity Edge. And I will also be taking you to work with me, right? So we can see how I get to balance trading Forex and work. So that's the focus this week. Passing the challenge, starting phase 2, and I take you with me to show you how I get to balance Forex and my 9 to 5. So right now I am looking at this setup that I'm looking at over here. So based on what we discussed last week and what we have right now. So right now the market has just came back into an area of interest for me, right? You can see here. Hope that is clear enough. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, like I mentioned last week, this is the strategy I'm using for this challenge based on the London session, right? So the market has created this Asia. Now we're starting the London. However, we are looking at the market to come into this area before we buy it up, right? But as I mentioned last week, we don't take trades before 12, right? So as you can see, I was expecting the market to push slightly a bit up or consolidate before coming back here. But as you can see, the market is already back here. And look at the time, it's still 10:30, right? So it's not 12 yet, so I will not be taking this trade right now. So if it goes up, that's fine. I'll let it run and then I'll wait for it to come back. Alternatively, we are waiting for the market to come into this area over here. So if this continues to move down like that and it comes back here at 12, that's where we're interested in buying the market from here. But for now, as you can see, it is back to our area where we are interested for a buy, but we're not taking this buy as of yet because it is not 12 yet. All right, so we're not interested in taking new trades from 12 moving forward or onwards. Now, what are we doing here? How did we get this trade? So the bias is still the same as from last week, right? We're still interested in looking at the buys. So we created this, made this new low. So the least we want to see the market test this area here. But as you can see, I have already marked up a few areas here. Go to H1 to help you see this more clearly. So this is H1, right? So today we're here, which is Monday. This was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Wait, we are here now. Sorry. This is today, which is Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So this is Monday's high, and this was Tuesday's low. High for last week, and this is the low for last week. So we're currently consolidating in that area. So I'm looking for the market to come into this area before it goes out to test the high for last week. as it still has this gap left over here. And people would know the market does fill up the gaps, but when it will fill up, cannot really tell, right? So that's what we're looking at here. We want to see the market run in this area at least by coming this area here, fill up the gap. If you know, or you might know, the market doesn't leave spikes for no reason, same as it does for gaps. Spikes and gaps are pretty much the same thing, right? Market creates a spike, no, sometime in the future, it will go back to fill up that spike. Same as the gap, market creates a gap, some point in the future, the gap will be filled, right? That's the same thing here. So now I want to see the market come in this area before we buy. Let's go back to M15. As you can see, new candle is now starting on here. Again, we're not taking the trade as of yet. We're waiting for our rule. Our rule is no trade before 12, right? So that's the bias. It still remains as a buy, same as last week, right? Now, let's see, we go to M1. So this is where we'll be looking for our entry, right? This is what the market is doing. As you can see, it is slowly dropping. So if we continue this drop slowly or consolidate in this area, but when we get to 12 and we still consolidating in this area, then I'll look to buy, right? But if we come through, we come down, further down, that means this is no longer valid. We wait for the second part, which is this area here. But if we consolidate here for a while until 12, we are going to trade we are going to take the trade from here, right? That's what we are interested in for this one. Let's have a look here. So we wait and see what happens now between now and 12, right? What I'm interested in seeing is the market consolidating in this area until 12, try to spike over here and then buy. Or it can slowly go down into this area, then we buy up. But our interest is to buy today on this market, the GBP USD. But coming back here, as you can see, this is where we ended last week, right? Percent win rate, 7 trades that we took last week. 7 trades that we took last week. We are now sitting at 26,861, right? So as we already are familiar, or we are aware, remaining profits for this challenge for phase one is 638, and we passed the challenge, right? So we've been coming up nicely throughout of last week. Move that so nicely there, right? And that was that. So now we're looking to get the trade here. So what we want to do today, we want to see our target, as we discussed, is 500, right? We want to see if we can push for the 600 for today so we can start the new phase tomorrow. So what's the plan? The plan, we're still aiming at 500, but when we get to 500, right, we are going to go break even. Not break even, but break even with profits, right? That's the plan. Once we get to 500, break even with profits, then we let the trade run. So we're not going to put our take profit at 500. We're going to put our take profit at 640. But as soon as we get to 500, we break even and monitor the trade from there, right? As you can see, the market is still going there. So market just hit that level now. So this, see, it broke out of that by a spike. So this is still not something we're going to jump into. We wait and we come back at 12. So I'll see you guys later with an update when the market has moved into that. Or we're going to come back here. But in the meantime, I'm going to get ready now to bath and stuff, or take a shower and make something to eat. Probably going to go to ShopRite also now, get something to eat. Because if you know, really, I don't cook. I buy good food or ready food from ShopRite to eat, or takeaways, whatever the case might be. But yeah, I don't cook. If I do cook, probably just eggs or whatever. But yeah, so just gonna clean up, and then I'll go to ShopRite, also refill the water. I know some of you might have seen on the live was not getting water from the kitchen. My kitchen tap is messed up. Still waiting for the landlord to send someone to fix it. So I'm not sure when that's gonna happen. So I don't have water in the kitchen, and you have water in the shower and the other sink on the other side. But for now, I'm gonna make coffee and go to ShopRite, get something to eat. 12, I'll come back to see how the market is doing, and then we can decide if we're taking the trade or if we're still waiting. Let me just make coffee before I go, because have to get.
If you want to make 6 figures, you can't just be talking about you want to make 6 figures. You hear what I'm saying to you tonight? If you do the 3 things I tell you to do tonight, I guarantee you, whatever it is you want to do in life, you'll be able to do. You will be able to accomplish whatever you want to academically, financially, relationally, whatever. So 3 things. All right, I'm going to tell you the story. I got to get out of here. And the story is about, you guys have probably heard about this before. It was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m. He like, the beach? I said, I want to make money. I don't want to swim. Guru said, if you want to make money, I'll meet you tomorrow, 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit. He should have worn shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Adrian, he's like, I want to make money. He got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further. Walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area. The shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He's making money, but he's crazy. Said, come on out a little further. Came out a little further. Right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This guy is mine. But the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man didn't scratch him, hold him down. I got you. I know you rushed it out, but I got you. He had him held down. I need you for illustration. He had him held down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. Somebody answer the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? Lee, I'm looking for a different word, though, than lip. What's that word? He said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep.
So this I'll eat now. Then the other one I'll eat tomorrow morning. So this is so this I'll eat now. And this I'll eat tomorrow morning. Because I don't eat a lot. So I'll eat this. That will be all I'm eating for today. If I do get a busy day when I get to work and I get hungry, I'll get something to eat at that time. So I'll get something to eat at work if I do get hungry. But normally when I'm at work, I don't eat because I don't really like eat a lot. I think I've trained myself well enough to only eat once. But yeah, as I mentioned, this I'll eat now. And then we have a look how the market is doing. So I think it's almost 12 now. So I'll just do that.
Now, the second one, which again, I think is the most important one when you really talk about doing business, you have to be competitive. And for some of you, like, no, can't we all just get along? Can't we just do this together? Can't we just be on the same squad? Absolutely. But you got to be competitive. Right? So let me read it. Right? Relating to or involving competition, having a strong desire to win. Not a strong desire just to make money, just to pay your bills, just to get by. I didn't make the rules. If you're going to do business in America, you have to play to win.
See if you can get that right. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, just like we mentioned earlier on, so the market did come down as we left it last time, right? Just wait that. There we go. So it came over here, as you mentioned earlier on. It got, okay, I wouldn't say that's a consolidation, but closed there as it mentioned, spiked down, and it went up from here, right? So I know probably seeing this and saying that was a nice entry, but a good sniper entry or all of that. But like I mentioned, it's not 12 yet, so let's see almost 12 now. So that means we're just gonna eat and then look for the entry. So what am I looking at now? Pretty much still the same thing, right? So I'll go to M1 now to make this make sense. So M1, this is what we're looking at, right? Okay, let's just move this out. This is not a trend line, just to remember that. So let's have a look. This is what we are looking at now. So we are now on M1. So what am I looking at now? So since we already discovered it's almost 12. So now I'm looking for the market to come back into this area, as you can see here. On the market to come back here, then I'll buy it from here, right? This is now on M1, just keep that in mind. So this is where I come for my entries, so I can minimize the stop loss and all of that. But this is what I'm looking at right now, since it's almost 12. So I can see the market come here. Most likely the market will spike just a bit below that, because a lot of people have taken this double bottom here, as you mentioned. So we have a nice double bottom here. So there are a lot of buys at the breakout and retest of that double bottom. You see this here. So a lot of people did buy this double bottom, and then it broke, then the retest. There's more buys here. That means a lot of stop loss waiting on this area here, right? So this is now what we want to see, right? So we want to see the market. You see now it's running profit, so everyone is happy. Double top paid out, right? I mean double bottom, sorry. Double bottom is playing out nicely, so all those buys. So we want to see the market come back in this area. Just remove this, so avoid confusion. Now we want to see the market come back here. Probably on a spike to just take out the stop losses here, but we want to see the market come in this area, right? When it comes here, we wait for the candlestick confirmation that we always look out for. There's 3 of those that I look out for. If I get one of those 3 candlestick printing in this area, then I'll buy this market up. If it does not print out in this area, I'll wait and just wait with the market. Most likely it's going to happen around this area, since we have a nice double top in this area here. I mean a double bottom, sorry. Since we have a nice double bottom here, most likely the market's going to come down, spike out, check out these stop losses that are all here, and some of the stop losses in this area, if it's like extreme, right? But At least we want to see the market come back in this area. If it spikes, spike to check out the stop losses that are on this double bottom, and then we buy in there. So I'm gonna keep this here, right? So this remains our area of interest because of the nice double bottom print that you see. This is, let me just go to M15. See M15, this is what we have, right? It's a nice trend line, all of the other things that go with it. M5, this is what we have. Nice double bottom, right? Everyone buying. Where the stop losses for this? Stop losses are laying here, this area. For those guys who use much larger stop losses, they're probably sitting around this area, right? Hence, we have the alternative entry in this area because you know there will be stop losses sitting around here, right? But first will be come back in this area, spike into this possibly. If not, that's not bad. We're looking for our candlestick confirmation in this area, right? When it prints up there, then we want to buy it out. If not, we wait until the stop losses are taken out here. This is now M5, right? Nice double bottom. M1, nice double bottom on M1, very clear. Everyone buying it up, confirming that we're moving up, right? M5, nice double bottom. Again, same. More people are buying on that one. M15, we have this double bottom printed in the morning, right? Breakout, retest. So people are buying on where? Breakout, retest. Some did buy here, more buys. So now we want to see it come here, break, take out these stop losses in this area, then we buy it. But if we get our candlestick confirmation in this area here, we're gonna buy it to close the gap, right? If it does not print out here, we wait for it to come this area, and then we buy it from here to close the gap, right? That's all we're waiting for now. So it's almost 12 now, so I'll eat, jump in the shower, get ready to go to work, and as I mentioned before, I'll take you with me today so you can see how I balance Forex and work, right? But for now, I'm going to leave this as it is, but I'm going to wait for it on M1 because this is what we want to see. We want to see the market drop back here, take out a few stop losses, then enjoy. But for now, let's go ahead and grab something to eat. Okay, we already got something to eat, but let's eat.
You have to. No part. Now they giving them out, but they ain't real. The participation boy ain't real on the high side. You have to be competitive. You have to say in your realm, wherever you are, whatever your space is, this is my space right here. I'm coming to get you have to be competitive. Whether you like it or not, whether you feel comfortable or not. And please listen to me. You have to get out of your personality. You have to do it. You have to stop doing the things that you love, that make you feel comfortable, that you want to do. And you have to get into a space where you got that dog. And let me say this to a lot of parents, right? When you say what's wrong with your kids, what's wrong with a lot of our kids is not that they bad kids. What's wrong with a lot of our kids is that we've given them everything they want, and we didn't know that while we was giving it to them, we was taking that dog away. You looking at your child like, what's wrong with him? You took the dog out of him. You took the dog out of her. Everything. They ain't got to fight for nothing. They don't got to work for nothing. They don't got to earn nothing. It don't make them bad kids. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They great kids. They just ain't got that dog. And as long as they're in their house, they going to be all right. But when they go out there without that dog, you better not die too soon. You better not leave this earth too soon, because ain't nobody going to treat them like you treat them. I'm cool with that. But what I'm not going to take away from you is that dog. You're going to have that dog. You're going to learn how to compete. You're going to have to get up and go get yours. I can give you the whole world if I wanted to. I know some of you don't feel comfortable being competitive. I know it don't resonate with you. It don't feel good. But once you start doing business in corporate America, capitalism is dog eat dog. Capitalism is by any means necessary. It don't mean you need to be evil. Even the word says, from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. You got to be forceful in this world. Do me a favor. If you don't want to be forceful, that don't make you a bad person. Get out of business. It's not for the weak at heart. Watch this. It says it's a strong desire.
What are we doing so far? Okay, so remember we said we want the market to come into this area before we show interest to buying into this. So let's go back over to M15 so we can see again. Just, no, moving the wrong one. Okay, so as you can see, we spiked into that area, then we're now pushing again. Not there yet, but just gonna give it a moment. I must also leave now. We'll monitor this on the way out. But if we go to M5, you can see market came down, it's now pushing up, creating that spike you saw up there. Still have some room. We'll give it a moment and see what happens. Go to M1. This is what we see in M1. So we want to see that come back and then we buy from here, right? But I'm on my way out now. Like I mentioned, I will take you guys with me so we can see how I balance the two between work and Forex.
You come here, I'm knocking pussy out the door frame. Remember that last time I made you do some damn thing. Remember that last time I put you down the same thing.
So when I get to work, I chill here by the stairs. It's more quiet, not quiet as such, but yeah. So I look at the market. As you can see, market is still moving. So I have a look just to catch up from what I left when I left the house to see what's happening right now. So if you see, as I'm rotating the phone here, so the market is moving. So as you can see, we had the gap. So now the market is still moving up. Hasn't come back yet to the entry. So once it comes back, we'll just take the trade as we have mentioned. But here you'll just chill on the stairs and have a look what is happening in the market. Just update myself and check without any interruption whatsoever from people I talk to.
There's not a person on my team in 16 years that has consistently beat me to the ball every play. That ain't got nothing to do with talent. That's just got everything to do with effort. Nothing else. 15 straight years. 12 Pro Bowls later, if you want numbers. I done saw all of it. And the only thing that's kept me around is my effort. All I ever knew was effort will get me seen on tape. Effort will get me noticed to get to the league. Effort would one day take care of my mom and my kids. Effort, which is between you and you. Nobody else can give you effort. And I'm still grinding because the next kid is talking about he getting too old. Keep watching me if I ain't. Nobody ain't got to convince me of what I do. I do what I do because I do what I do because I'm built from something. That's why I run to the hotels. I don't need to talk to nobody before my games. I just need to see where I once came from. I'm just sharing my story to tell y'all. Every time you think somebody got it good, man, it ain't always good. Some people just make up their mind and they just grind and say the heck with it, man.
Hi guys, I'm taking my first break now. Just go. There you go. So taking my first break now. Find a nice quiet spot that I can use. Check up on the market. Okay, so no one is sitting here. So just chill here for a moment. Let me just have a look at this trade quickly. This guy's playing games, bro. You can just hear guns shooting. But anyway, it's not why we're here. This is what I'm here for. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So our trade is sitting here almost at TP. Almost at TP. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, I can hear the guns, bro. Guys playing whatever game is playing there. Possibly Call of Duty. But is that it? So let's have a look. So this is what we have. So just okay, there we go. So this is what I'm looking at here, right? So as we already spoken, okay, I forgot my tripod inside now, but let me just see if we can put it down here. So this is the area. We're waiting for the market to come in here and then push up, right? But while I was looking at this, let's go back to M1. Okay, so while I was looking at this M1, you see this area here. So I saw the candle that I mentioned that I use as a confirmation. So I saw the candle printing here in this area right here, right? Which if I go back to, I hate using the phone, but okay. If I go to M15, okay, just do this here. So if I go back to M15, so this would have been this area here. So when I saw that on M1, I decided to take the buy from there because that was a sign for me that the market will not be going down as of yet or further down from where it is, right? So hence I took that trade from there. Trying to rotate this thing. Oh, that guy's playing games heavily. But yeah, so that was that. So let's go back here. So which push starts? Oh shit, just put back. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So I'm gonna try to keep an eye to see if we hit TP or if I have to close it. But I did set TP as 639 because remember we needed 600 and something as well to close the trade. What's up?
Who are you talking to, bro?
Talking alone. Blame it, I'm just recording this here. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so it went right there. But I'm on my first break now. So we'll see what happens. But looks like it's already starting to pull back. Missed that one. But let's see what happens as the time goes. We can try to push back into the TP. Or if it's done for today. But to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and just put it just about here, not too close. So I'll set this here for break even. Okay, so we have that at break even. So we'll go ahead and finish up for the rest of the break time. If it goes to take TP, we're good. If it comes back, hit our break even, that's okay. We'll look for another entry. But that's the update for now, guys. So I have 10 minutes left on my break, but I'll need to go charge my phone for quickly. I do know I have a spare charger in my locker, so I'll go get that and charge my phone. See if the pool table is full or just one person is practicing there. Okay, I don't have enough time for a game, but yeah, we'll go to my locker and get the charger, charge my phone, keep you guys updated if the trade goes to TP or if the trade goes to break even. But I will leave the phone to charge. I'm probably gonna come back again later to check it out because it's already at 15 minutes and my day is just starting. So let's see what happens. Maybe social over there. Okay, so this is where we're charging phones. Okay, I have some space, so I found space. Just need to get my charger here. Oh shit, did I just break my key now? Keep a cable or charger, whatever you call it. I keep a spare there. Let's see this one. Okay, this one is empty, so I'll leave this to charge here quickly. As you can see, guys, so that went up, then came back. So just do this. Trade did go through to hit our take profit, and we have received the email. So which means we finish now with phase 1. So tomorrow we're starting phase 2. I'm taking a quick break now.
Between a dude who know how to shoot and a sniper. Said dude know how to shoot. He loading them up. You see the movies they might shoot up the whole place and kill 3 people. I mean, you see that movie before? They fly out on there, running, slide, jumping, they miss it. He's still. They missed my man. Well, they done wasted all kind of bullets, all kind of energy. My boy had a sniper on the roof. One spot, 3 days. Don't use the restroom, don't eat. And at the right time. Sniper don't use the bathroom, he don't move from that spot because he might miss an opportunity. You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not staying long enough to make something happen. You're not there long enough. You're not studying long enough. You didn't read the whole book and got once. What did you get? I need you to read 1 page. I'd rather for you to read 1 page 100 times than read 100 pages once.
I'm fragile. I feel pain. I hurt. I open my eyes. I create. I conquer. I hold the power. I'm a thinker. I crave victory. I do not give up. I feel no fear. I fear no man. I'm an athlete, a warrior, an artist.
Some of y'all been worship since you was in high school, so you don't really know how to grind. Like you talk grind, like I love it. Like I go into the weight room and y'all playing like Pac. Y'all playing Biggie, like y'all all in it. Like you like Pac, but you don't have the spirit of Pac. You like love Pac, you like listening to Pac, you like listening to Biggie, you like to talk about the grind, but you don't really know what the grind's like. I know what the grind is like. I started from the bottom. What is your bottom when you've been worshiped since middle school? You've been tall your whole life, big your whole life. They worship you so much now that you think it's about you. You don't even know what the grind look like. I'm from Detroit, homeless. Mama got pregnant with me at 17 years old, high school dropout. Took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. I'm coming now. It's in view. You finally made it to the big leagues, and now you want to chill? Now you got the big head? Now you can't grind? You here now. You here now. You finally made it. And this is where you break up. This is where you start chilling. This is where you get comfortable. You made it now. You made it now. You in the big leagues now. They watching you now. This is where you make it permanent. Yeah, I saw it. Perfect. No, practice don't make perfect. Practice make permanent. This permanent, y'all. This is permanent. You can go wherever you want to go from here. It does not take talent. You don't have to be talented, right? You don't have to be gifted. You don't have to be the quickest, the strongest. You don't have to be the most intelligent to get to where I am. That's what you got to do. You just got to grind, though. Your grind, you got to outgrind.
So this is what we were looking at yesterday. So we looked at the market and we wanted to see this come down over here. Make room quickly there. So we wanted to see the market come from this area down here, and then we can buy it from here, right? But the market did not come over to our area. It turned around in this area here, right? So it moved from here, turn around from here, and then continue to consolidate and ended the day over here, which is still running the same thing right now. So the fact that market didn't come here, which means this trade did not play out as well, right? So that's what happened here today or yesterday, right? And that was the end of the day. So which means our initial setup here was not complete, right? But now we are still running in this red box here, right? So the red box is more of a no-go zone, if I should explain that, but it will make sense when you know the strategy that I'm using. The red box is a no-go zone, which means no trades should be taken inside of this which means no trade should be taken inside of that red box, right? That's why we wanted the market to come out of that box yesterday for me to buy or further down here, but it stayed in there, so there was no buy entry. However, after the market made a small move, giving me this here, I applied the London uh, session strategy I mentioned previously, right? Which is pretty much the same or similar to this. So I applied that. So this trade did not play out, which is the initial setup, right? Just clean that out. So that did not play out. So far we know this, right? But now when the market created this move here, it actually gave me a confirmation on the London strategy that I'm using, right? Or a strategy that is based on the London Open. So if I go to M5, so remember I mentioned previously that I look at a specific candlestick for me to tell if I should take a trade. So in this area here, I did get that confirmation, right? So this area gave me that confirmation of that entry. So I took the trade from here as a sell to accompany it to come over here. Now if you remember, our original entry was here, right? This was the original entry, right? So the trade moved over here and I came out from the trade around this area here. Around this area. Now what happened is, so I took the first trade, right? It dropped and I put the stop loss to break even when it dropped, right? Because I was busy, and as I mentioned before, I don't want to look at the charts when I'm at work. So I put that entry here and then I left it on break even when the market moved, right? So the market came back, stopped me out on break even, and then when I looked at the phone again, but this time I think I was just answering a call or something, I can't recall. That's when I saw the market is back in this area again after it taking me out with the break even. So I took the trade again over here, aiming for the same thing, which means I was looking to accompany the trade to go down to our initial buy entry, right? Just accompanying it. There's not a long-term sell, just short-term sell, so I can get here and then buy. So I took the second one. As soon as I took it, it moved down, as you can see over here, right? Quickly moved down in this area here. As soon as it moved down after I took that entry, I set my take profit, set my stop loss to break even, right? Same as I did before here. And the market came back, took me out on break even over here. So that made 2 trades for yesterday, which is fine because that was what happened, right? Then when I came back, I think it was just after lunch or something like that, but on the same day when I saw this, I decided to take another trade. But this trade now was not based on anything, but because I saw it was taken out break even, and when we came back, so I just jumped on the trade with no initial plan on that. I won't lie, there was no real plan with this one. So I just took the trade with the same stop loss and everything because I'm just trying to accompany the trade down to this area, right? And then the trade moved down like it did here, and I saw the trade was in profits. So because I was stopped out on break even on the first one, right, then I stopped on break even again on the second trade. So in this trade I decided not to move the stop loss to break even. I just left it like that, which the market went into a drawdown, and when I checked later it was in a drawdown. But just before I left work, around about that time, and then the market started dropping back down. All right, when the market got here, I decided to close it because I didn't want to keep the trade running overnight. So I closed the market here. So after taking the trade here, I closed it around this area here. So that trade was closed here, right? Because I did not want to hold the trade overnight. So all that trade was to do was to accompany us for this initial buy trade that we set up yesterday, or we were looking at yesterday. So took the first trade, stopped out, break even, took a second one, break even. I just jumped on the third one. There was no initial plan for that. I just saw that the market is most likely still to slowly move down to my initial setup. So just jumped on the third trade, and then decided not to put a break even this time, just left it be, stayed in, draw down for a while, then came back. When we got here, closed it because I did not want to hold it overnight, as I mentioned, right? With that said, so this now puts us at $911 profits remaining from the initial target of 1,250, right? So this is a number of trades, 3 trades as I mentioned here, right? So that gives us 3 trades. All trades were winning trades, 2 break even, 1 we close it nice profits. So that put us now at 911 as the profit remaining, and then we have 339, which was the profits we made so far, right, from this one. That was day 1 of the phase 2. So we are now on day 2 of the phase 2, right? You can see mentioned market ran through that, break even, took us out again. After taking the third trade, steady drawdown for a while, like I mentioned, then it came back and I closed the trade because I didn't want to hold it overnight, right? Giving us 3 trades for 339, that's 339. So which means now we are sitting at 911. So if we go to calculator here, checked yesterday, with 1,250 over 4 days is 312, right? Which means we did make target for yesterday, so we're fine, right? So now let's have a look what we are looking at for today. Can just leave that as it is. Quickly do this here. Let's go back to M15 first. Okay, there we go. So we're still in the red box. No setup did not play out basically. Okay, so let's clean that up. So I always prefer to clean my charts, as I mentioned. So this is what we're looking at now. Daily time frame, we came out of those spikes as we were previously. Again, interest is still to see the market push up. That has not changed based on the previous high, right? Previous high was taken out, so I'm still looking to see that high being tested over the next few days or months. Don't know how long it will take, but this is the daily time frame. On the 4 hour, okay, can't see that, it's too much. Same 1 hour time frame. That is now the high for yesterday, right? And that will be, so the low for yesterday will be here because it closed a bit lower. So that's where we're running for the day for yesterday, which was Tuesday. So the low for Monday was here and the high for Monday was here, which is, we are inside that zone. Back to M15. So now that we're back on M15, this is what we're looking at here, right? Make that like that so we can see more space. So this is what we're looking at here, right? I know a couple of people are already seeing this. Double top, break, retest, right? Very obvious. Just gonna remove this because it's just in the middle of that. Obvious, right? To everyone's eyes. Made a high, came back, made a high, did breakout, right? Where are we breaking out? In this area here. If the breakout, so that means now we are looking at what? After that breakout that made here, we now came back to retest or breakout and retest, whatever you want to call it. But double top, obviously breakout nice. Now we're retesting that. So those sales are coming, expecting the market to drop down, right? Obvious textbook setup. It's very clear. Can't doubt it. It's the double top breakout, double top breakout and retest. It's very obvious. can't run away from it. You should see this with your eyes, right? So what are we looking at today? So same as before, no changes. Start first thing first, find our zone. So we are here, the time is now 10. Yeah, time is 10:30. So we are looking at 9. Where is 9? There is 9. So just fix that up a bit. Fill that in here. Okay, so there's 9. So we know that's actually higher than the low for that. I'm just gonna remove that to keep it clean. So that's what we're looking at here. So now going back to where we were, so we know this has happened here. That means we have a lot of okay, just do that. So we had a couple of stop loss running above that double top here, right? Just make that red. So we have a couple of stop losses running around here, double top stop loss are running there for this retest as well. So what are we looking at today? Let's do that. So we know this was the high for Friday, right? That area here. As you can see, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So that was last week. So that was the high created on Friday, which we did break out, struggle to break back inside it. So that's fine. So to us, we're still looking at the market to push up. So we are still interested in the buy, as we mentioned previously. So first area of interest will be this area, pretty much the same area as yesterday, right? So which means where is it now? Yeah, don't extend to the right. So we look at the same area as yesterday. Right, so that's our first area of interest. If that does not hold, then we're looking at this area here, right? This where the gap took place. But it's not only because of the gaps, because of the other things that are happening here, which you will get to learn when you learn the strategy I'm using, right? Then we have this here. This is our next area of interest, right? So we are looking at this. We want to see the market come in this area, and then we buy it up, we take profit where we are anticipating the stop losses for all the people who sold the double top here, right? That's our first one. So as now it's 10, so we'll come back at 12 to see what's that all about, right? That's our target where we have all these stop losses there. So again, if we hit our target in terms of money value, we close the trade, but that's our target. So second interest, if this area does not hold, this is where is our interest to take the trade up again from there. So these are the two things we're looking out for today. Want to see the market come into this area, then we buy it up, or see the market come into this area and then we buy it up from here, right? So that's all I'm looking for today. I want to see this come here and then push up. Alternatively, if this does not hold, I want to see the market come into this area and then push up. That's all I'm interested in today. So as always, leave this as it is, and then I'll come back at 12 to see if the market dropped into this area or not, right? So the market did come down as we anticipated, but it did not reach my zone which we were waiting for, and it quickly went back up, right? Which is fine. We don't believe in missed trades and all of that, but it did not get to the entry for us to take the trade. So now I'm leaving now. It's already 1, so I'm supposed to be out already by now. But yeah, so what are we looking at now? Still the same thing. It doesn't change. We still want to see the market come back here, right? Still remains, because it turned just before. We're still gonna wait to see it come back, and then we're gonna take the trade then. But for now, we just wait and see what happens next. But I'm out now. Probably gonna update when I get to work or on my way to work. I'll check. But yeah, we have our alert set on the app that we're using. If it goes off, we'll come and check. Otherwise, I'm off now. Update. Sure, my guy. Okay, so see you guys. We're having news. Just got to work, but we have news coming out just now. 2:30. So I did open this trade there. So I took this trade for the news. This is based on the strategy that I use. Hi. So I took this trade for the news. You can see we have news coming up just now. Toughest to. So I took this entry for the news, right? But I did not execute now on at 30:30 because with the pro firms you can't really execute a trade during the news. So I took this trade at 2 because I saw the news coming out. Using the new strategy that I have, I decided to enter this trade here. So just waiting for the news to play out and see. And also I cannot close this trade within the first 5 minutes, so I'll just wait for the next 15 minutes or so to see how it plays out, then we'll follow up. Okay guys, just an update. So it's now 2:51. So the news have completed now. We're no longer in the session, I would say, because now I'm in the right position to close the trade, because like I mentioned, you can't close the trade within the first 5 minutes of the news. So this trade was not based on anything except my strategy that I use for fundamentals, which is for the news, right? But looking at what we left when we left the house. Let's see here. Okay, so my work Wi-Fi, for whatever reason, TradingView is blocked on the work Wi-Fi. So I'll just go back to my data. So the work Wi-Fi doesn't allow me to use TradingView, but I can open MT4, but not TradingView. So let's quickly go back to M15. So this was the setup that we looked at. Camera rotate. So this is the setup that we were looking at when we left the house, right? So as you can see, the market has dropped nicely into the area that we expected, just like we talked. So which means we are now in the position of closing this trade that we took for the news, right? So I'll go ahead and do that now. So I'll just switch over to MT5, and then I'll come over here. So this is the trade. It's running at 4. Remember, daily target was but it's not responding. Okay, so I don't know what's this about. Setup here. Right, this is the setup we have. Original setup we're waiting for, right? Like I said, we took that trade based on the news, so this is the original setup. So now we're just gonna wait for the candle to close and get our confirmation candle for us to jump for the buy as we've been waiting. If we don't get it, it's fine. We're not taking the trade, which is not an issue because at this point we have reached our target for the day. Because we remember our target was only 302. We closed with 400. So I'm gonna go to M1 quickly. So now that's M1. So the market is sitting right at a spot where we want it to be for that buy. So now I'll just wait to see if I do get my confirmation candlestick here. If I do, I'll take the buy. If not, that's fine, we're done for today. But I'll keep you guys updated as we go along. So an update, guys. So after closing the trade from the news, I did take a buy on here. So I did take a buy. So remember we took the sell and we closed it right on the last clip. Then I took the buy, which did spike up and it hit our TP, right? So the buy was hit, we got the TP. So that means we have now all the targets reached. So now let's go over to so there it is. So that's phase 2. So that means we passed phase 2 now. So it took 5 trades, 100% win rate again.